When you bench press with a pause, what could it do for you? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about just that. And before we do so, I just want to summarize some key points that I've been making since 2013, because I stand by the majority of statements that I've made. So first of all, pause benching, although extremely effective for both gaining size and strength, is 100% optional. That's right. It's not mandatory for raising your pause benching strength or even getting bigger. You'll be perfectly fine with a touch and go bench if that's what you choose to do. And in fact, the carryover will still be there because of the fact that the stretch reflex still remains. That when you pause bench, it's not true dead stop strength. The stretch reflex remains. You unrack the bar, you have to lower it down to your chest. You're holding the bar now on your body. That's not dead stop. Rather, a dead bench is 100% zero stretch reflex exploding from absolute nothingness. So the touch and go will always have carryover. If you can bench 405, you can have a strong pause bench. I would say minimum 365, if not higher. And the moment you start specializing in that lift, you train it more specifically, it's just going to raise really quickly. So strength is strength, and if you get strong enough, you'll be good to go. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the benefits of pause benching, because I do recommend it, and I've been recommending it since 2013. So number one, pause benching will increase your chest strength and size. So if you're a bodybuilder or someone who wants to have watermelon pecs, you want to turn sideways and have that incredible pop, just standing relaxed, you just want to have beefy pecs, the pause bench is for you. In fact, I would say it is superior to the touch and go bench for the purpose of building up your pecs. You're building strength from the most difficult position. Pausing takes out momentum. It takes out any possible bounce. I believe that touch and go might be a little bit better for tries. Pause benching is a little bit better for pecs. And if we take the anecdotal route, you'll find that most elite raw benchers tend to have pretty nice pecs. Not always the best tries, but pecs, in most cases, it tends to be on point. I can also tell you with 100% certainty that doing all this pause bench for many months has resulted in my pecs increasing in size and strength. So pause benching is very specific for gaining bottom strength, which is the weakest link for the majority of lifters. It's what you're going to be doing in the competition as well if you happen to compete. And it'll do wonders for your chest development, okay? You can pause on a dumbbell press. You can pause on a barbell press. You can even pause on weighted dips. Whenever you're pausing in the most difficult position, which is the bottom, your pecs will get worked. Now, have my triceps improved from doing this? Not really. I feel that touch and go and even doing touch and go with the bands might have been better for that. But my chest improved, and I would even say my shoulders. So if that's what you're looking for, give pause benching a shot. The third thing is that pause benching is safer. It just is. You don't miss groove as often. You have to remain completely freaking tight, which makes it a great lift for beginners and advanced lifters alike. For beginners, you're learning how to bench press correctly from day one. So you're getting the form down, learning how to stay tight. This way, when you're intermediate or advanced, you don't have issues. Less injuries. Everything is more smooth. Better performance. You want to learn the form properly from the get-go. And pause benching will teach you good form. You must remain tight. If you lose tightness, you will not only be weaker, but you might experience pain. And the thing is, too, when you pause, you're not going to have any bouncing. So the chance of you doing that effect where you move side to side is unlikely. I know you know what I'm talking about, right? When you max out or you're lifting really heavy and you bring the bar to your chest, touch and go, and then one side comes up a little bit quicker. You know what I'm talking about? That's not good. It could lead to injury. It could lead to a pec tear, shoulder strains, all kinds of other issues. And that could leave you out of the game for a while. Pause benching is much safer. Without a doubt, I can tell you that it is safer because you're remaining much more tight, less chance of misgroove, and also because it's more difficult from the bottom, now you either have the strength or you don't. So if you're unable to press from that difficult position with minimal momentum, well, you're just going to fail and the weight's going to come crashing down the pins and you're good to go. So touch and go will allow you to lift a little bit more weight, which is always great for the tries, always great for overload, and just great, period. But you have a chance of misgrooving. And if you're an advanced lifter misgrooving with heavy-ass weight, that could be an injury right there. So if you want to get more out of less weight while retaining perfect form every single time, I think the pause bench will serve you very well. And I definitely notice for me that it feels better on the shoulders, 100%. The final thing I'd like to talk about is the duration of the pause. How long should you be doing it? In my opinion, 1 to 3 seconds max is all you need. So let me repeat that. 1 to 3 seconds is all you need. You don't have to be under the bar forever. You don't have to be holding it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I see some dudes on Instagram, they're just chilling there, you know? Maybe some of it is for views, some of it for entertainment, but that is really not required. You don't have to do that. For general strength purposes, for size benefits, the bar is motionless for a little bit, you're good to go. And if you look at many bench press competitions, you'll see that the pause is not super long, okay? Basically, you bring it to your chest. It's motionless. The bar is no longer going up or down. The judge says press, then you bring it back up. It's a simple little thing. And the only reason why we have the pause in these competitions is to prevent bouncing in the first place. That's why you don't pause on the squat, right? So the pause does not need to be forever. And 3 seconds is more than enough. It'll be perfect no matter what your situation is. So if there's a judge who's like ultra anal about the form, and he wants you to really hold it for a long period of time, well, the 3-second pause will give you enough carryover, enough specificity, you're not gonna have to worry about that, okay? It's more than enough. And 1 second is gonna be good for majority of cases and even for the size and the strength benefits and all that, okay? 1 to 2 is a nice little range if you ask me. 3 is kind of pushing it. I would only recommend something like that if you compete or you really want to get more out of less weight. But these super, super long pauses, in my opinion, they're definitely not necessary at all. You don't have to do that, man. 1 to 3 seconds is all you need. So those are my general thoughts on the pause bench. I think it's a fantastic exercise, great for building bottom strength, great for your pecs, great for injury prevention. But again, recognize that it's not mandatory. Using good form on the touch and go, you're going to be just fine. There's nothing to worry about. The carryover will be there. You'll still be a strong bencher, strength to strength. If you got a 4 or 5 bench touch and go, I don't care what anybody says, that's freaking strong. That's freaking amazing. It's respectable. So don't worry about comparing yourself to other dudes. Just make sure that you're doing the exercises for the right reasons, okay? And one final thing that I didn't touch upon is that touch and go can supplement your pause benching training quite nicely. Like I said, you can do touch and go for the majority of the time, and then when you're peaking for the process, then you can start doing some pausing. Or you adjust according to your weaknesses. You want a little bit more tries, maybe you don't have to pause as long, you know what I'm saying? You can do touch and go if you choose to. So there are different applications, even dynamic effort. I would say you might be more beneficial in doing touch and go. But beyond all that, man, beyond all the little semantics, pause benching is fantastic. I strongly recommend it. Touch and go is also fantastic. So hope you learned something from this video. Share with me your feedback down below. What are your thoughts on it? Do you notice any benefits from doing this lift? Let me know, and I'll talk to you all next time.